Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Gabrielle Ray and I present cases of unsolved homicides, missing persons, and the unidentified. Today I will be presenting you the case of Ivory Green, missing since March 6, 2004 from Utica, New York. She was born on October 27, 1986. She is a black female who stands at 4 foot 10 and weighs 110 pounds. She has brown hair and brown eyes. She was last seen wearing baggy jeans, a black cap with a bandana, and a black winter coat. She has an H-shaped scar on her upper arm, a scar behind her left ear, and a mole above her upper lip. She may possibly still be in the area and may honestly be mistaken for a boy. She is nicknamed Two-Tone and she is an endangered missing person. She was 17 years old at the time of her disappearance. She was last seen at her home at the A building of Washington Courts at 4 p.m., and she called her mother to say that she'd be home for dinner. She told her mother that she was walking home and that she would be home in a little while. It was stated that she was going through a rebellious period at that time, but it was uncharacteristic to stay without contacting loved ones. Because of this, police classified her as a runaway for years. Police Sergeant Steve Cifanelli is still working on the case. He says that as long as he's employed, the case is quote-unquote not sitting in the archives. Utica Police told Central New York Central that there has been sporadic information about her over the years, but nothing specific enough to lead them to her whereabouts. Her mother, Shirlette Green, has found patience towards the Utica Police Department investigating the case. She calls them several times per week about the disappearance, but hears that there is nothing new each time. She says that now she is Ivory's voice. She says that God helps her calm the anger and the hurt that has been eating her up inside over the years. People have told her to just let it go over the years, and some people who were even considered her friends have given up on her. The Utica Police Department says that they will not close the case because they haven't found her or her remains, but are hoping to find the person responsible for her being missing. A distant relative by the name of Plummer Reed Jr. seemed to know something about her whereabouts less than 2 months after her disappearance. As Reed told her mother what he knew about her disappearance, or was going to tell what he knew about her disappearance, he was shot in the head several times on April 29, 2004. He was shot at 926 Lenox Avenue behind the building. He survived, but his cousin Benji Reed had been sentenced to prison time for attempting to kill him. Ever since, Plummer claims to know nothing about the disappearance. Another man by the name of Marquise Williams was also charged with attempted murder in this case, but pleaded guilty to misdemeanor fourth-degree criminal facilitation with time served. Williams was actually involved in a double shooting on Stark Street in Utica, and he may be connected to many more shootings in the area. He was one of the two, along with Benji, charged with the attempted murder of Plummer Reed, and it was because he was the one who gave Benji the gun to shoot him. Investigators say that they have spoken with people who they believe know exactly where she is, dead or alive, and some of them are currently in prison. They made several attempts to locate her body statewide, but came up empty-handed every time. They theorized that she willingly accompanied one of them somewhere and that person had harmed her. In 2007, police announced that they believed that she had been murdered. She was associated with a number of drug dealers in the Utica area, and it is possible that investigators already know what happened. The FBI stated that they believed that Green was slain in retaliation against her cousin over theft of drug money. Unfortunately, the investigators no longer believe that she is alive. Even through theories and allegations, police are still pretty active in getting flyers out there along with the family and getting her story out there. They keep her in the news media by hanging a billboard on James Street, which I'm not sure is still there, but it was up for a period of time, and hung posters nearby for the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children. An event called Pucks for Posters took place in 2010 where child ID kits were available, bracelets, a raffle for a $500 gift certificate, and t-shirts and player autographed Utica College hockey pucks and more for the Utica College men's ice hockey team in support of the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children took place. Her mother, Shirlette, opened up with the ceremonial puck drop. If Ivory is still alive, investigators theorize that she may still be in upstate New York, possibly in Watertown, Syracuse, or Auburn, New York. She is the Jack of Spades in the New York State cold case playing cards. This case is still ongoing and is still prominent in the hearts of the investigators, her family, and her loved ones. Foul play is suspected in her disappearance. Now, a couple conclusions can be drawn from the disappearance of Ivory Green. She may have been coerced into saying that she was coming home, even though she wasn't, because she was already into some trouble. Whoever the perpetrator was, may have planned to hurt her and knew that she was leaving the house or knew that she was out of the house and or saw her walking and just figured, hey, now's the time. I personally believe that Plummer Reed and or Benji Reed know exactly what happened in the disappearance of Ivory Green. Why would he shoot him if he knew nothing about it? And why would he harm him if he was not going to say anything about the disappearance? I truly believe that if not both of them, one of them know exactly where she is and what happened to her. She also could have ran away from the life she was living to get away from the drug dealers and the other trouble that she may have gotten herself into. She could have just wanted a fresh start and wanted to make a new life somewhere else for herself. Could she have been lured to them with the intention of hanging out and just going to, mess around and chill, and they ended up harming her? Since the FBI believed that she was killed over retaliation against her cousin due to the theft of drug money, I believe that that could also be a possibility as well, and that is probably the strongest possibility. Investigators know things that we do not, so if they think that that is the reason, there must be a total concrete reason behind that why they believe this. Now, unfortunately, I have to touch upon the idea of human trafficking. Human trafficking is a unspoken and silent killer of women, and also the reason why some of them disappear. And I know it's hard to talk about and it's hard to think about, but could she have possibly been taken for the money and for the profit that was owed and put into some kind of human trafficking or sex slavery ring? It is possible, but I don't know if it's the biggest possibility in this situation, but unfortunately, human trafficking is a very big issue in America. And when we are looking at missing persons, I tend to look at where exactly she was last seen and what is in the surrounding areas. And I saw that the Washington Quartz building is right by the Mohawk River. And bodies of water and missing people, we know, do not go hand in hand together. It is usually a very unfortunate thing to say, but could her body possibly have been in the Mohawk River? Whoever had harmed her may have tossed her body in thinking that, they're never going to find her. And I do wonder if searchers ever went into the Mohawk River and looked or did any kind of search and rescue, but unfortunately we may never know that to this day. Ivory would be 33 years old today. Once again, she is a black female born on October 27th, 1986. She stands at 4'10" and weighs 110 pounds. She was last seen wearing baggy jeans, a black cap with a bandana, and a black winter coat. She has an H-shaped scar on her upper arm, a scar behind her left ear, and also a mole above her upper lip. She may still possibly be in the area, so please keep an eye out for Ivory. Her nickname is Two-Tone, and she may be mistaken for a boy. If you or anybody you know have any information on the disappearance of Ivory Green, please call the Utica City Police Department at 315-735-3301. Her agency case number is 04-10490. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children's phone number is 1-800-843-5678. Her NamUs case number is MP4308, and also her National Center for Missing and Exploited Children agency case number is 986724. If you or anybody you know has any information on this disappearance, please do not hesitate to call either the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children or the Utica Police Department. Thank you guys again for watching this video, and I hope you all have a great night.